everyone! I'm Rosie and welcome back to my channel. Sourdough focaccia is perfect for sandwiches, dipping in soup, or serving in bread baskets. Mine has a beautiful crunchy crust and is soft and chewy on the inside with wonderful complex flavor. This is also the easiest sourdough I've ever made. You don't need to feed your starter beforehand. You don't have to spend a lot of time folding the dough, and you don't even need to warm the water. Although my method is ridiculously easy, it does take about 24 hours from the time I mix the dough to the time I bake it. I want this focaccia for dinner tomorrow, so I'm making the dough this evening. Let's get started. I'm measuring out 550 grams of bread flour. I add 2 teaspoons of Himalayan pink salt, 1 tablespoon of white sugar, and 2 tablespoons of unfed starter straight from the fridge. Then I mix in 1½ cups of room temperature water. I use unfed starter from the fridge because I'm usually baking on a whim or I'm just too lazy to feed my starter before using it. However, the long fermentation time gives the yeast plenty of time to activate in the dough. You might have noticed that there's no oil in the dough. I'll be using plenty of olive oil in the baking pan, so I don't need to add any to the dough itself. I just mix until there's no dry flour left. Yes, it's lumpy and bumpy now, and that's okay. Just let it rest for 30 to 60 minutes and it'll be much smoother. In the meantime, I'm going to feed my starter. If you want to see how I made this starter from scratch with no discard and started baking with it in 3 days, I'll link that video in the description box below. I'm doing some gentle folds and smoothing out any clumps. Then I just let the dough ferment overnight at room temperature, which is about 66 degrees Fahrenheit for me. I'm going to add dried rosemary and flaky sea salt on top, but these are optional, and feel free to use whatever toppings you like. I'm going to add the rosemary now, but I'll wait to add the salt just before baking so it doesn't dissolve on the dough beforehand. Once the dough has doubled in volume, I make the dimples. This is my favorite part of the whole recipe. I like to let the dough rest afterwards for about 1 to 2 hours, and then it will be baking time. If you want to add the optional flaky sea salt, add it on top just before baking. see how easy it is to make delicious sourdough focaccia? I hope you give this recipe a try and let me know how it goes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more easy cooking and baking videos, and say hi in the comments. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!